Well, good morning everyone. Justin from Just Your Average Fishos, and we're here to talk jigs because there's a bit of jigging madness going on in the rip for kings, and a lot of people have messaged the page to say, hey, could you do a bit of a tech article on jigs? So I thought I'd shoot a quick video because I haven't done one in a little while. This information is by no means exhaustive or complete, but is enough to give you a bit of a start. So, these type of jigs here are butterfly jigs and are commonly referred to as slow pitch jigs. These ones here are called either pin drops or knife jigs. Okay, two different types. Slow pitch, high speed retrieve. Okay, so if you want to use, there's always this thought that if you want to use slow pitch jigs, you use a standard spin reel. If you want to use high retrieve or pin drop or knife jigs, you need to high retrieve them. In theory, that's yes. A lot of people think, oh, spin reels for these guys, overheads, because they tend to have higher gear ratios for these guys. You can use spin reels for both. There is an advantage to obviously using standard gear spin reels on the slow pitch, and you just wind at a normal speed. And you can still use a standard speed, like a 4.2 to 1 spin reel for knife and pin drop. However, you will need to wind a little bit more like crazy to get the action. So a high gear spin reel is suited to these. So if you have two jigging rod setups, a low and a high speed spin reel is good if you like spin, or if you like overhead. You could use a 2-speed jigging reel, which will give you both speeds. Therefore, you only need one rod and one reel for both jigs. The butterflies can also be a little bit different. The top one, the blue one here, is a rear-weighted one, and that's a Jigging Master 100 grammer. And what that means is that it actually falls pretty quick, rear-weighted and straight down like a pin drop jig. So when you look at butterfly jigs, and you'll see the following two are very symmetrical in their shape and they're balanced to the middle, they will actually flutter down, where the Jigging Master will tend to go straight down and then flutter as you pull it up, which is the butterfly jig action. If you're fishing the rip and you're fishing, say, an hour either side, depending on the tide of slack water, you could need jigs of around 150 to 250 grams. And if you're fishing slack water, 100 to 150 grams will tend to go okay. These butterflies and these sorts of natural colours in your yakka and your pilchard colours, these are nothing expensive, these jigs. The Jigging Master, the Yakamito available from Complete Angler, these are all pretty good. Now, I want to run through some various techniques to how to rig them, because a lot of people get this wrong. And the first one up the top here is a really bad example of how to rig one. Some packets of your jig assist hooks will say just rig straight to the wire. Now you can do that, and then there's a split ring there, which people tie their mono to off their jigging rod. That's bad news, okay? If your wire isn't really nice wire, it can wear through the Dacron or the jig assist line, and your sharp bits on the ends of the split ring can cut your mono that you're tying to. So that sort of technique right there, that's a no-no. Second option is that people have a split ring, and this is really sort of poorly hard to see there, and then you have a solid ring which your jig assist goes off, and then you can tie to your solid ring. Now that's a pretty common, easy technique. Means you can spool off the jig with your split ring pliers and change your jig without changing your hook and Dacron assembly. But the one that I really like is this one here, and this is using an 8 ring, which you can then tie the mono, which keeps the mono away from the solid ring part that has the jig assist line on, and then you have your standard split ring that you can wind off your jig on and change pretty easily. It's a very inexpensive way of doing it too. And also another method, which I also really like, is these. These are Shout jig assist swivels. So it actually has a split ring and a solid ring on the swivel, and I really like it because it has the swivel all ready to go, and the split ring and the solid ring there ready to go as well. You can get those in various sizes. They come in 3 packs. That's the packet there. for about, I don't know, $16, I suppose. That's a 74 pounder. They do 100 and 120 as well. So they're awesome. Okay. So there's some rigging techniques. Don't be a Travis and do that one. Roll with one of these, whatever you like, whatever gear you've got in your tackle box. If cost is a problem, go the 8 ring. Obviously, because it's a shape of figure 8. If money isn't an option and you like the ease and convenience, use a shout, jig, assist, swivel there. Now also, you can troll for obviously tuna and kings using deep divers, but a lot of people say, hey, my deep divers don't go well in deep conditions. So thanks to Jerry at Frogley's Offshore, he's given me a couple of these atomic dragsters to try. And these are about 130 mil in length, deep diver down to 4 meters. And you can change the hooks on these to single hooks, where you might find that some of your other hard bodies out there, if you change them to single hooks, they don't move and they might skiff out when you turn the boat and so forth, because they become unbalanced, because the way that they're designed, they're balanced with the trebles rather than the singles. Apparently these atomic dragsters you can change to singles without a worry. Yet to try them. But what's important is that you want the least amount of resistance up the front to make this dive and swim easily. It's a little bit hard to see here, but I've done a 2-turn Flemish eye to a crimp and I've removed the split ring. If your deep divers aren't working for you that well, the first thing that you can change is, if you've got a big knot or even a big crimp or some line protector sleeve, get rid of it. Get rid of your split ring and go straight to the solid eye here. So sorry, it's quite hard to see. And the little Flemish eye, because that will create minimal resistance in the water. And I've just rigged that to 80 pound Jinkai green. You can go 100 if you wanted to, but 80 is plenty. The other thing that you can do with these deep divers is troll short squid strips on the back of the hook. The important thing is, if you only want to troll one, use the upright hook there. If you want to troll 2 squid strips, use the bottom 2 hooks. It must be symmetrical, otherwise it will not be balanced. Okay. The other thing that you can do if you're tying FG knots from braid to mono that ultimately hook up to your jigs and your hard bodies, is grab some of this. This is called Loon Outdoors UV Knot Sense. And what it is, it's like a flexible super glue for line. And you just dab a little bit of that over your FG knot. You can use a little squid UV light or just put it outside in the sun, and it cures almost instantly once you've rubbed it in. And that will make your FG knot really, really strong, and it won't come undone no matter how many times you're casting it through the guides. It won't wear the line. Murray cod guys put me onto this that do a lot of swim baiting, might do 1,000 casts in a day. And one of the guys swears by it, said he did a whole season without changing an FG knot. Probably didn't catch a lot of cod, but certainly I've noticed a real big difference in the strength of the knot by dabbing this over. So you can buy this online, eBay, whatever. Some fishing shops sell it as well. It's about $20 for a 1 ounce bottle or a 2 ounce bottle. That will last you years, okay? So this is Justin from Just Your Average Fishos, teaching you a little bit about butterfly jigs, knife and pin drops, and then your mounting options, and also talking about how to make your deep divers roll a bit better. We'll get another tech video and article up soon. Looking forward to some fishing adventures. As always, like and follow the page. Get your fishing mates to do the same. Have a great one.